Easily, one of the most exasperating experiences you can have is trying to maneuver through conflict with a narcissistic person. And as soon as I say that, I can already see your head nodding like, oh yeah, that's happened way too many times and it didn't go well. Inevitably, the narcissist will predictably come forward with a major sense of stubbornness. They can be non-negotiable in the way that they engage with you. They're going to offer resistance just instinctively. And the covert message, and when I say covert message, it may not be spoken, but it's strongly implied, is in conflict, you know what? I have zero use for your perspective. That's how little you mean to me. In their mind, it's like there's only one person in this room who matters, and it's simply not going to be you. Now, you see, when conflict arises and then the emotion begins to build on the inside, we hit that proverbial fork in the road where we can go this way and we can say, let's manage this as constructively and respectfully as possible because we're going to need to hang out with each other down the road. Let's see if we can make it as dignified as we can. Or we can take this fork in the road and say, well, I'll tell you what, right now it's all about me and I couldn't care less about you and I don't care about being respectful. I don't care about being constructive. I'm just going to come out with my guns blazing. Guess which path the narcissist is going to take. Now, you see, when you're in conflict with that narcissist, it's so predictable the way it plays out. You might want to speak up about your needs or your feelings or your concerns, and immediately you realize the narcissist isn't willing to listen. So perhaps you'll even press your point. And at that stage, the narcissist is going to go straight into the attack mode. They'll invalidate you. They'll let you know how you don't know what you're talking about. And they're going to make sure you understand you're just a moron. You're an idiot, and they're the one who has all the correct knowledge. And then, of course, that can increase your sense of disgust and disbelief, like, why are you doing this to me? And at that point, the more you register your futility, they're going to come on even stronger. And they can be very overbearing and harsh, and it can be mean and caustic and ugly and abusive like that. And it just becomes, they come at you with such force that they're wanting to wear you down. And the net result is you can see that the wall is very high and very thick. You see, the beginning point for a narcissist inside their mind is when conflict shows up, is the belief that says, I'm right, therefore you're wrong. What you think and what you feel has to be proven to be foolish. They need you to be a foil. They can't just say, I don't really agree. No, they want you to feel really bad about who you are. And then in addition, as part of their beginning point, they're going to let you know very quickly, I'm not going to back down. That's that non-negotiable style. Facts or evidence that you might present that would bolster your point of view are going to be summarily dismissed. They don't really care about facts and evidence. Basically, they're going to let you know, I will never give you the satisfaction of showing you understanding, much less affirmation. You see, I don't do that. And as narcissists go into conflict with this kind of mindset, you can see that aggression is very entrenched. Now, I use the word aggression very specifically as a direct opposite of assertion. Assertion means you can stand up for who you are, but you're going to maintain dignity. Aggression means you're going to stand up for who you are, and you're going to try to destroy the individual in front of you. Indecency is central to who they are, and that's what they're revealing, and their communication is going to be highly manipulative. You can count on that. Now, once you are inside that conflict with the narcissist and all the loud and blustery kind of communication has happened, that's when the next phase comes in, and the narcissist can go into stonewalling. I'm sure you've heard that term. And basically, when we talk about them stonewalling you, we're talking about a very stubborn form of passive aggressiveness. And again, this is part of that non-negotiable mindset that they have. It's like, I will consider nothing from you. And so there are multiple things that are a part of their stonewalling techniques. First, they can refuse as the tension goes on. They can refuse to talk to you, or they won't answer any kind of questions you might have of them down the road. Sometimes, as the conflict has become heated, now that it's winding down, they'll just storm off in disgust, and they'll maybe slam doors on the way out. As time goes on, they can ignore you. Your words or your very presence are just not going to be tended to. You may speak something, or try to say something, and they just walk right past you. If they do talk, they're going to project their issues onto you, and they may say something like, you know what, you're the most impossible person I've ever met. You're the most defensive person. You're the most controlling person. You're the most insecure person. They project all of their unfinished business onto you. That's what they do as part of their stonewalling. But then also they have their little ways of giving you nonverbal gestures like rolling the eyes or giving you that smirk, or just maybe looking at their cell phone and just being attentive to anything but you. That's part of their stonewalling. Or sometimes they'll just disappear. They'll ghost you. And so you have the open aggression, and then you have the stonewalling with all of the passive aggressiveness. And it leads you to understand narcissists have determined that if they actually negotiate with you and discuss things with you in a fair and adult way, imagine that, then that to them, that means they're giving up their power. So the goal that they have is to appoint themselves as the keeper of truth. It's like, look, I know what's right. I'm the one who sets the pace. Got it? And the sooner you comply, then the better off you and I are going to be. Of course, that's not true. It works for them, but not for you. And let's keep in mind that when they go into this kind of anger and dismissive and harshness, and then they go into the non-negotiable stonewalling with you, this is gaslighting on steroids. They want to keep you in doubt. They want to keep you in disarray. And frankly, we have a word for this. It's called abuse. You are being abused. The narcissist cannot or will not admit their shortcomings. They can't stop themselves from being massively selfish. They can't be satisfied. You can't expect them to express any satisfaction with you or engage in fair play. Now, as this plays out, and you're over there just reeling in all of your sense of exasperation, the narcissist may be over there on the other side thinking, I just won. I am a winner. Let's think that through. Okay, so you're obstinate, you're rude, you're mean, you're dismissive, you're a major difficult person. So that means you're a winner, huh? And the narcissist thinks, yep, you got that right. And my thinking is, well, I'm dealing with somebody whose head is not inside reality. There's a cuckoo element there. The narcissist thinks, now that I'm completely in control, that life is going to be a lot better for me. Let's keep in mind, they think that they're completely in control, even over you, and sometimes they can alter the events that might be there in front of you, but that's only partially correct. If they're in control over you, that means that you have no choices. But the bottom line is you actually do have choices. So when the narcissist comes toward you with this non-negotiable, stubborn, stonewalling kind of response, what choices do you have? First, let's acknowledge up front that what you're not going to be able to change. You can't change the narcissist's bad attitude. You can't change their mean streak. You can't change their closed-mindedness. You can't change their self-centeredness. Those are traits that are outside your purview, and you're not going to make them any different. Acknowledging that sets you up to have what we refer to as a type of depersonalization. And that's a fancy word for saying don't take it personally. And sometimes you can think, well, I'm the person that's receiving all the insults. Keep in mind, they would be doing this no matter who happened to be in the role that you're in. So it's not about you is what I'm getting at. Instead, when they come toward you with their stubbornness, you'll need to keep your statements, your comments bland and simple. We refer to this as gray rock. Be brief. State your position. These are my thoughts. These are my feelings. These are my preferences. These are my plans. And then when they come along with their predictable invalidations, it's like, well, nonetheless, that's what I've decided. Don't get into explanation and don't get into defending yourself. And then know when to create physical distance. I don't need to stay inside of this person's anger loops. And if reasonable or if possible, you might actually say to that narcissistic person, yes, I can tell that when you say thus and such, that matters to you, and I get that. In other words, show yourself to be open-minded, but then knowing that they're not going to do the same in reverse, go ahead and prioritize your sense of self-care. Find people that you can relate with on a clean basis. Go and do some exercising, do some activities that are separate from you. Follow through on your preferences, whether they approve or not, but make sure that you're in charge of your own initiatives. Now, the closed-minded, stonewalling, non-negotiable narcissist is strongly conveying to you, I don't do fairness. And when I receive a message such as that, my internal response is, message received. Therefore, I'm going to make my plans very separately, and I'm going to be my best version of myself away from you and your influence. Now, I hope that videos such as this can give you some good awareness of what you're dealing with, and I hope that you can feel strengthened from the inside out, knowing that it's possible for you to maneuver through life in your own healthy way despite their lack of it. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do so. We're going to keep more videos coming in your direction. I truly consider it an honor when you allow me to be on your journey with you. Now, I know that many times when you're dealing with something like this, you could use a therapist that could help you out. And I've been sponsored for years by the people at BetterHelp.com. It's an entire team of licensed professional therapists. We have a link below this video. That will take you to their website. You answer a few questions, and then you get to select a therapist that can work with you. If the need is there, please get the assistance that would do you good. Invest in yourself. You're worth it, and it can actually get you unstuck. Now, on my website, I have my major courses that we have, my webinars, articles, access to my podcast. So make sure that you go to the website that we have and peruse through all of that and make yourself available to our resources. We have my books, etc. And just know that one of the things I'm hoping for is that you're going to be a lifelong learner, and you're going to be somebody who says, when I encounter somebody who has the kind of troubled experiences and mindset that the narcissist has, I can't afford to let that person set my pace. So I'm hoping that you can decide, and like I said, we have the resources that will help you. You can decide, I'm going to get myself strengthened from the inside out so that I can go further and further down the path towards my own internal stability. And then in the end, guess what happens? You find yourself more and more capable of becoming the person of peace that the narcissist can't be. But I truly hope that you can be a person of peace.